Go ahead.
So yesterday we tested so far this side of the machine, so I know those are running well, so I'm going to use those. I've got 2 colors in this design, so all I'm going to do is take off this other one, and you can use scissors. I'm just used to doing my fingers. But so what I do, I don't want to rethread all this stuff, so I'm just going to put the cone on that position, and this is important actually. I'm going to put the new one in my right hand and throw it over and tie it back to itself and just make a little knot, and I hold it there to make sure that I get it really nice and tight, because then what I'm going to do is I'm on needle 2. So I'm going to come over here to needle 2 and I am just going to pull the thread, and you can feel that there's tension.
It's coming through.
Right here.
Yeah.
You can feel when the tension is on there or when it starts to release, and so far it's not. My knot's holding tight. So if you feel like it's starting to, the pressure's starting to lessen, like it's just going to pull, stop, because you can tighten that. It can be rethreaded. It's not the end of the world. It's a pain.
Okay.
So that's all you have to do is pull it through. And then a pair of scissors and just snip that tail right there.
And we redid thread.
A little hook right there. Yep. And then this is the other color I'm going to use. So I'm going to push over this way just a little bit. Okay, so then I'm going to take off this green.
Do the exact same thing.
Do the exact same thing. Okay, I got the new one in my right hand. I'm going to throw it over and tie it back, the old one, back to itself. Okay, and I just pull that really nice and tight. And I'm on needle 3. So all I did here was I lowered the presser foot to get it out of my way.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab it there.
Here comes the knot through there.
That is not threaded right. Let me fix that. Oh, see, like I feel like it just was starting to
snag.
Loosen up there. So I'm just going to kind of guide it through to take some of that pressure off so my knot doesn't come undone. And then now I've got my new color on there. And I just tuck it in behind there. And it's okay to leave just a little tail. And there you go.
Wow.
And then
Which makes it look really easy.
something that I don't think has happened in a while is the thread can go. Do something new. Are you still recording or
I paused it for a second.
Okay. So now I can walk through how to load the design. And this one's really good because it has multiple colors. So
All right.
Are you ready?
I got it.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to put my disc in, and I want to get the new design. So first I need to tell it where it's going to go, and I need an empty space to put it in. So I'm going to delete this first one. I'm going to say yes. Okay, so now I've made a space to put it, so now I'm going to say enter. And you hear how it's reading the drive. And the one I did was Town of Irmo, which is number 2, but it's highlighted, so I'm just going to hit enter. Okay, so now it's brought the file from the disk to the machine memory. So now I'm going to tell it I want to sew number 1. So I'm going to do enter again. Okay, and now I'm just going to work through my options. It has multiple threads, so this one is a little bit more difficult because it doesn't have the pretty screen preview of the other one. But what I did over there was write down that there's 5 color changes and there are 5 threads here, right? So I wrote down each aspect because then I can put which color I want it to sew for that particular design.
All right.
So to get into that, I'm going to do the needle And see, now it gives me my detail of my 5 colors. And so now what we need to do is look at the work order. The work order tells us that on the lime shirt, he wants the tree and Irmo in royal, and he wants the small text above and below in wheat. Okay, so I want the tree in royal, which is on needle 3. The small text is in wheat. So small text, wheat is on needle 2. The big text Irmo is in royal, so that goes back to 3. Small text again, so we're back to wheat. And the accents are with the small text, so that is wheat. So it's gonna sew royal, wheat, royal, wheat, wheat.
Okay.
Okay, and then when we're satisfied with our choices, we're gonna do end. This is telling us it's going to do 600 stitches per minute. It's going to do
4,669 stitches.
Yeah. And I am doing it on sample fabric because I'm a little out of practice and I don't want to mess up one of the shirts.
On his shirts.
On his shirts.
Okay.
And she just checked to make sure she's got enough thread on her bobbin.
Yes, sorry, I forgot about that. Alright, so then I'm just going to put this until it clicks. One of the most common mistakes that I have made and other people have made is for it to be like that. Do you see how it doesn't, it's not clicked in? So then when this thing's shaking and bobbing and bouncing around, your stitches, it's going to move. So you've always got to make sure
it's clicked in.
It's clicked in.
All the way.
Like really
Sure,
clicked
like
in.
that.
And that is the
like
same
that.
on this machine as it is on the other machine.
Okay.
So you have the same situation. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my arms and I'm just going to make sure that there's no shirt caught in.
Okay.
It's very easy to, when you're sliding this on, get the shirt tucked in between.
Yeah, so it was stitches both sides of it without realizing.
Yes, and then you can't put the shirt on, and then that's a really bad thing. Okay, so then I need to trace it and make sure that it fits. It's not quite in the center, so I'm just going to use my directional arrows and move it over just a little bit so that it's more centered in the frame. And I'm going to use this trace button. That was a big logo.
Which needle were we watching?
The one with the presser foot.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so it's a little close, so what I'm going to do now is trace it with the presser foot down. I don't ever do that the first time around because this machine is not quite as sophisticated as Monica's. It's a workhorse. It's going to try to do whatever you tell it to do.
Right.
It doesn't know whether it's too big or too small for what hoop you've got on there. So I just want to make sure that I'm not going to hit anywhere. And I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
So we're just going to let that run. I wanted something working while we were working on other stuff. So I'm just going to hit start.